Hey friends, Sean here with Manly Made Minute, and welcome back to another episode with Kendra's Card Challenge number 20. This week is for our super sponsor, Not Too Shabby. And let me tell you, I received some amazing products from Not Too Shabby to feature on today's video and show you some sketches that can be done with their products. And I got ephemera and paper pads. And I don't use a lot of ephemera. And I realized doing these cards, I need to do more because the ephemera is amazing. And talk about easy. The sketches are easy to do, let alone using ephemera to make this happen. So we're going to do some cards, two cards for you. I'm doing sketch number 9 and sketch number 13 for you. And as I do those cards, I will throw that up on the screen so you can see the sketch as I work through it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to have you follow along on my journey here on YouTube as well as Instagram at Manly Made Minute. And as you go through the hop today, the hop list is in the description below. If you hit that hop list and hit play, it's going to automatically go through everybody's video and transfer you to the next video as you watch. Do the same to our team members. Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up because we'd love to know if you like what we're doing. And that way we can continue to bring out some great information, awesome cards, and awesome ideas for you guys to use on the Kendra's Card Challenge sketches. So let's head down to the down camera. All right, here is my product. I decided to do two because I got two amazing packs from them and I could not resist not using them. So the first one we're going to do is with the Gnome. The Gnome Sweet Gnome paper pad set looks like this. This is double-sided paper, so you've got essentially I think it came with 4 of each. And just look at how pretty these paper pads are. So you get this beautiful lace blue. We've got a nice almost wallpaper kind of pattern on the back. We'll throw that one in there. Nice plaid with a nice leafy pattern on the colors of these are so awesome. And then you get 4 paper pads, 4 pieces of paper with this cut up ephemera that you can cut out. I did use the rolling pin for mine today. And then I got the Hot Cocoa Gnomes ephemera pack. And just look at how cute these little fellas are. All in cups of hot chocolate. Different colors, different sentiments on each. You've got a purple, we've got green, we've got pink, we've got a blue with a little rainbow kind of hat. How adorable are these? And we're going to use one of these. So I took one of the simplest sketches to use for that one. Then for sketch number 13, I'm using this Christmas time set. This is the paper pad. A nice, almost vintagey vibe to these, and so you'll see the colors that I used today are going to have a little vintagey vibe to them. I distressed this the edges of this out just a little bit, but how cute are these paper pads? All right, this is the Christmas time set. Then the ephemera that goes with it has these knitted vintage vibe kind of stuff to them, right? We got sweaters, we've got kind of a vintage dress, and so great sets to throw together. Easy cards with these sketches from Kendra's Card Challenge. So let's do sketch number 9 first. I will throw the sketch up on the screen for you in the top corner there so you can kind of see the sketch. Now what I've done is for that back piece, I am using, and I think it's gray, I'm using a piece of leftover paper I had from last Christmas that matches this perfectly. Then I took the paper pad from the Gnome paper pad, cut out that segment that's that 4 5 1/4, I think it is, And then you go 2 inches over in 2 inches, 2 inches and 2 inches, connect that and crease it and fold that down. All right. So what I did is I put a little piece of dimensional on the back, and I am going to stick it so it has a little dimension there and not glue that flat. And then we'll just glue this down to that back piece of paper. This literally, once you cut it, comes together in just like a minute. And these are not hard dimensions to cut, so you could cut these out in no time. Mass produce this particular card even with ease. All right, where that sentiment goes, I am using that cutout from the ephemera on the paper, the little rolling pin that just says family, and then also the festive sips on here as my sentiment. But I wanted a little background to this, so I cut just a little sparkle paper to throw back behind that. And so we're just going to throw that across my corner just to give it a little kind of highlight background kind of thing. Let that just dry for a quick second. Then I set my gnome up on dimensional, so that's the same level as this dimensional. And I'm going to use that in the middle here as my any object. And connect that little piece there. So talk about easy. Now, if you have not done Kendra's card challenge before, I encourage you to check the links below. There's an intro video in my description below that you can watch the intro video from Kendra on the sketches and what the challenge is about, how it works, how to enter, where to enter all your stuff. There is a free download with the sketches for for challenge number 20 that we're on. And if you enter on the form, there's a link in the description to enter in the form to win the $25 gift card from our super sponsor, Not Too Shabby, and a free month of Patreon membership from Kendra. And you want to do that. Trust me, you want to do that. She gives away a mystery kit to her Patreon members every month that you can make cards with. She gives away free downloadable printables. She gives you free access to the sketches. You get extra things with that membership. And that membership is what keeps this going and keeps her being able to give these free prizes, sponsors that support her challenges every month. So please consider a membership. And all the rules and everything are in there. But you can get that free downloadable and enter in that form for a free month and test it for a month. All right, now we're just going to glue this right down to that little piece right there. And that is sketch number 9. How adorable is that paper and this little guy in his festive sips cup? Okay, now let's move on. We're going to move on to just slightly more complicated, but we're going to move on to sketch number 13. And for sketch number 13, you will see that that background, there's 2 backgrounds that you get to, well, 3 backgrounds that you get to choose from. The very back, the middle, and then the forward card panel. The very back one, I decided to take a piece from that Christmas time paper pack, right? So I used that paper, and I just cut that to size for my background. Then the next layer, I used from that same paper pack as my maroon. It had this brownish, tannish color, and I thought that would look good with the ephemera and a matchy-matchy to vintage this up just a little bit. Then I just took some distress ink, and I went through, and I just distressed and browned up the edges of that one to give it kind of that old world kind of feel. We're going to glue that one down to that. Then on that front one, I took the cut it to size, white piece of paper. I ink blended my eucalyptus and just did an ombre. I went dark, faded all the way up to white. Then I took that same distress ink and distressed the edges. And then from there, I couldn't resist for Christmas to do some gold ink splatter. So I used my watercolor, gold shimmery watercolor, and I ink splattered that gold. So we're going to layer this up first. And I actually might pop this up on dimensionals. I wasn't going to, but we'll see. I know I'm popping some of the ephemera up on dimensionals, so it might get to be too thick if I do this whole panel here. So, stack that. Yeah, I think I'm going to change my mind. We're just going to glue that down because I know I'm doing some ephemera up on dimensionals, and I don't want this to get too thick to mail this because this is just getting me a head start on my Christmas cards, I tell you that. Especially with these two paper pads. I'm going to knock out a whole bunch of sketches with these paper pads, I think, or even these sketches alone. And I've got myself, even if I did 10 or so of these, I've got 10 easy Christmas cards that I can use. All right, that's the beginning. Now you'll see that you have two C's, and so these were my C's that go in these corners. Then you've got your two A's, and my A's for this one and this one, and then you got two single ones. You've got the F and the D, which are going to go here. So let me just start. Now, when I laid this out, I realized these have to lay pretty tight to the edge of the paper to make this all fit. Like, very tight. Very little border on these. So I do these two corners first. And then I work my way towards the middle with this design to make sure that I'm keeping this as even as possible. Just make sure, I want to make sure I'm in frame here for you guys. There we go. All right. Now I'm just going to go up one and down one. And so my up one is my paper A that I have two of. And I'm giving these just a little bit of extra space, but they have to go tight to the edge to make this fit. Paper A goes there. Then I'm going to do one of my single ones and come down. And that way it'll get me, and I'm going to do the same space I did on this one. And I'm not measuring, I'm just eyeballing. If you would need to measure, by all means measure, if that helps you. Now, my other A goes straight across, but before I put this down, I'm going to throw my little snowman in there, because I know these need to be tight together, and this needs to be tight to the edge. So that worked out perfectly. I'm going to get my head in here for one quick second, just to make sure that I am pretty even this way. Not too bad. And then we throw that last one right in the middle. And as I'm laying these down, I am watching my orientation just slightly. Now the ephemera. I did fussy cut my ephemera out just because there's a lot of white border on there, and I did fussy cut those. So I am using this piece of ephemera, the Merry Christmas, as my sentiment. So easy, right? No stamping whatsoever with this at all. I'm using my sentiments on my ephemera as my sentiments. So again, these can get knocked out pretty quick. Oh, I did want to distress that a little bit. I wanted to show you what I did to distress. So I just go through around the edges. And that is the foam pad I used for that distress ink. And that is the ground espresso. Again, our super sponsor, Not Too Shabby. Head on over to their website. That link will be in the description below with the products I used today for you as well. If you're interested, show them some love. These guys were so amazing to us as team members to give us some really cool, lots of cool product, to be honest. Amazing cool product. And pretty. The themes of these, I'll be honest, I actually bought one of their bundles because it was so cute that I couldn't resist. The Garden Time bundle, I think it was. Because it had this little vintagey vibe to it, and I loved that. So I fussy cut all these out just a little bit extra, so there wasn't so much white. Popped that up on dimensionals, popped my sentiment up on dimensionals, popped my little snowbirdie up on dimensionals. And that, my friends, is sketch number 13. This is my any object element that goes in that space, so I just made a little trio for that. Then I've got my Merry Christmas ephemera for my sentiment. You've got 13, and you have 9. And let me just zoom in on these for you. How adorable are those? All right, my friends, that is our super sponsor hop for today. This is for Not Too Shabby. Wonderful company, wonderful products. Give them some love. Smash that thumbs up. Keep on going through this hop. If you're not hopping through, hit that hop link down below. Give my team members some love because they're kicking out some really cool products today for you using these Not Too Shabby products. And be sure to like and subscribe to them as well. We're working hard to give you guys some ideas and give Kendra's Card Challenge a chance. Try it out this month or just once for the quarter. You can do it once each month for the quarter, or you can do it just once for the quarter. Submit one picture with all 15. You can modify these slightly if you choose. You just got to be able to make sure we can tell what sketch is what if you do modify it slightly. So thank you all so much for hanging with me. Head on over to the next video, and until next time, I'll see you then.